All right, all right. Welcome, everybody. It's Everyday Eric, Sunday night, holiday weekend. I hope everyone's having a good holiday weekend. Episode 3 of Hot D just landed. Just watched it. Yeah, we wanted to see the crab feeder. We did. I went to Joe's Crab Shack today. All this talk about crab feeding. I went, I got the king crab legs. I told the waitress there, Sheila, I said, hey, I got a YouTube channel. I'm going to be talking Hot D tonight. And we hooked up. I mean, she hooked me up by writing Queen of Spreading Legs on my bib. That's right. Very nice of her. Very nice young lady. Big Hot D fan. Big new Everyday Eric fan. So, how is episode 3 of Hot D? I see Matthew in the house. Greetings, Matthew. Yeah, Hot D's great. Hot D's great. Particularly after seeing the shitstorm that is Rings of Power. Yeah, so this sort of cleansed my fantasy palette. I needed it. I needed it bad. House of the Dragon is just beautiful. It costs a fraction of what Rings of Power does, but it's real. It's sophisticated. It's easy on the eyes because it's so gorgeous. You don't really notice any CG. You know, you're in the woods, you're with horses, you're with tangible things. Fire, blood, real armor. Just looks great. Oh, my dragon's lair decided to turn on. One moment, please. Let's turn that down a bit. So yeah, House of the Dragon is great. This was a very good episode. And the more I think about Rings of Power, the more I despise it, to be honest. So you're going to get a little bit of excitement. Just, oh, it's new Lord of the Rings, despite everything. It's something new. It's something shiny. I think I was a little too kind on it. So be prepared for next week when I absolutely torch it, unless it's better. So yeah, let's go over this episode. It starts off with teasing us with the crab feeder. A crab feeder is nailing a guy to a post, and the crabs are eating him. Got some crabs here. These are just rubber crabs. They ain't that tasty. They ain't like the ones I had this afternoon. But this guy's being put to the post, and the crabs are eating them. And along comes Prince Daemon on Caraxes. And I liked Caraxes is lighting up the beach. This is the Battle of the Stepstones. Big pirate battle on a beach. And Caraxes is just torching the beach. And I liked how Caraxes landed and actually crushed the guy. So, you know, the guy's probably thinking, oh, I'm going to be saved by Prince Daemon and his dragon. But no, the dragon just absolutely squashes him. I thought that was cool. And chases the crab feeder into his little hole, which I also think is cool. How the crab feeder guy runs and hides in a hole like a crab. And he looks really cool. I don't know what's up with his skin, or if it's like a burn, or if it's some crazy Westeros disease. But I liked him. I liked his design. Then, much of the show here, we jump at least 2 years ahead, because King Viserys and Alicent, they have a son, Aegon. Aegon II, I think. And it's his like name day, because he's 2 years old. So we jumped ahead at least 2 years. And yeah, so the show is moving along, and we go to like sort of a celebration of his name day, and Rhaenyra is there, and she's very salty, and Jason Lannister is going to ask her out, and she's going to shoot him down, and she finds out that her dad, King Viserys, is sort of like, you know, trying to hook her up, and she really gets mad about that, gets more salty. So she takes a horse and rides off into the woods, and Sir Cole follows her. And again, these are just beautiful shots of horses in the woods. Very good cinematography. It's very welcome after watching something like Rings of Power, which looks absolutely fake. Beautiful forests. Looks really good. And then the King Viserys, finds out that the King of the Kingswood, which is a white stag, a big white deer, has been seen in the forest, and they think that's an omen. That's such a rare occurrence for this to happen on this day, the day we're celebrating Prince Aegon's name day, must be a sign from the gods. So they have like a stag hunt to catch the stag and have the king kill the stag, the big white stag. There's a lot of great dialogue in the first half of the show. We're building on the tension between these characters. So it might be slow at times, it might feel slow, but it is building to something very important. Viserys has a lot on his mind. I mean, he's second guessing naming Rhaenyra as the heir. And, he's second guessing that and remarrying and the stress of marrying Rhaenyra. So a lot is on his mind there. We get the scene where Rhaenyra and Cole are camping and they're attacked by a wild boar. And I think that was a very cool scene because Rhaenyra finally gets to take out her frustration, unleash her anger. You see that side of her. She's been keeping it in. So Sir Criston gets the first shot on the boar, but when she gets her hands on the boar, she shows how savage she can be. And I think that's going to come into play a little later on in the story. Then we get a very disturbing scene. They have caught the stag, but the stag is brown. It's not a white stag. And they hand Viserys, Jason Lannister hands Viserys the spear. And he stabs the stag once, and the stag is like screaming. It's very uncomfortable. I thought maybe he was not going to stab the stag, but he does. And he doesn't do a good job because the stag is just, in pain, squealing. So he has to stab it a second time. And then we see a white stag actually come up and approach Sir Criston Cole and Rhaenyra in the woods. So who do the gods favor? Is that a sign? Is that some symbolism? And then we have a scene of Otto telling Alicent to get Viserys to change his heir. And, change the heir to Aegon instead of Rhaenyra. So that's going to set things up later in the season. And we get some great scenes between Viserys and Rhaenyra. King Viserys tells her, you must marry and multiply. And she doesn't want to. He says, go find someone that you can do that with. So we're setting up the family drama here that we're going to run into. And then finally, the last third of the show is the Battle of the Stepstones, at least the end of the battle. And we walk into this with Lord Corlys, I think his son, and his brother. I'm not sure about that, but they're arguing because they're a little frustrated with Prince Daemon. They think his actions maybe are prolonging the war, but they're sort of caught in the rut. This war's been going on a few years, and they're not gaining ground. So a messenger comes from King's Landing and delivers a message to Prince Daemon, who just lands. And Prince Daemon learns that his King Viserys, his brother, is going to send aid. And most people would think that would be a good thing, right? Finally, King's Landing is coming to help out, and the war might be ending. But that's not how Prince Daemon works. That's not what he's thinking. He's thinking, my brother's coming, and he's going to be the one to end this war, when I should be the one to be ending the war. This should be my story. So we have a pretty awesome scene where Prince Daemon goes alone on the beach, waves a white flag, gets on his knees, and presents his sword and to the crab feeder. Comes out, sees all this, and he sends his men down to Prince Daemon. He orders his archers to notch their bows with arrows aimed at Prince Daemon. And when one of the crab feeder's soldiers gets close enough to Prince Daemon attacks him and starts to fight all the soldiers. And it was really cool. He's storming the beach basically by himself. It's like a suicide mission, but that's how he operates. And it was pretty badass. He's taken out a lot of guys. It's a fight on the beach. He's got to dodge the arrows. He's got to take out the men. And yeah, that crab feeder guy is looking on. He's looking cool. I like his design. And then Prince Damon gets hit a few times and then surrounded. And you think, oh, is he going to die? Of course he's not going to die because I've read the book and I know. But no, he's not going to die. And of course, a dragon comes and saves the day and wipes out all the soldiers that are surrounding him. Prince Damon runs into the cave, chases the crab feeder, and comes out with the torso, the upper torso of the crab feeder with his entrails leaking out of him. So Prince Damon has ended the war, captured the crab feeder, and I'm sure the stories will be told about the great Prince Damon. The one thing I would say is the battle looked fantastic. It looked great. The dragons look great. The beach looks real. Again, not like Rings of Power. But the one thing I would have maybe wanted to see is what happened in that cave, the fight between Damon and the crab feeder. I think that was an opportunity to maybe have that fight, even if it was brief. So a little disappointed about that. That's not in the book, though. So none of this is really in the book. So it's cool. For someone like me that has read the book, this is still kind of new stuff to see. So, yeah. But I like it. I think it could be the best episode. Yeah, it's the best episode. You get the most action, the battle at the end, and you're really setting up these characters for things to come. So, yeah, Hot D is much better than Rings of Power. That's my take. I think you should be checking it out if you're into something sophisticated, good fantasy, well done. Dialogue, really well done. Visually looks amazing. So I don't really have any complaints. Actors are doing a great job. So there's another show I'm watching now. I'll give you guys a heads up. So I'm watching C on Apple TV. I'm into the second season. There's 3 seasons. And I'm about to name that my favorite show running right now on, I was going to say TV, but apps or whatever. It's incredible. It's better than Hot D. So I don't know. For those of you that are watching that haven't watched C on Apple TV, I highly recommend it. And for those of you that have been watching C, why haven't you told me to watch C sooner? That's how I started watching it. A couple of my friends were so tired of me bitching about crappy TV that they said, have I watched C yet? And I'm like, no, I haven't watched that Momoa thing. I don't know. And they said I got to start watching it this weekend, and they were right. It's absolutely incredible. So there you go. I know a few of you are here. I don't want to be too long. It's a holiday weekend. Just wanted to say hi. I was on Friday, so you're probably getting sick of Everyday Eric, but highly recommend episode 3. We got Matthew Dortana says, yo, what's up? What's up? We got Corey Alameda. I'm going to try not to butcher names. I was calling David Bourget, but it's Bourget, right? Like Fabergé. David Bourget. So I'm officially correcting myself on camera. Corey, love your show and reviews. Thank you, Corey. We're just low-key tonight. It's not a big deal. Just wanted to say, hey, Hot D is pretty good. Lions Mania, what's up, Eric? Hello, Lions Mania. Hey, Eric, I watched episodes 1 and 2 of Rings of Power. I thought it was good. Maybe that's because I'm a casual viewer. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. Hey, listen, yeah, no, hey, that's cool. I'm not. It's the name. Oh, Lions Mania. What are you saying here? Lions Mania. I'm not. It's in the name. I don't know what that means, Lions Mania. Listen, I was thinking about this today too. I never want to say something and take away from someone's enjoyment of anything. I'm just here to sort of start the discussion. I love having a discussion. If you like Rings of Power, if you're getting enjoyment from that, that's totally cool. All I can do is just watch something and give you my hot take. And it's just my hot take. And we're all allowed to like different things for different reasons. I think it can be fun. I was turned off initially before I even saw it with all the marketing and the influencers video that they came out with. So my opinion was quite tarnished before it was on air, to be honest with you. And so maybe that's my fault. I think it's fine. I think it is fan fiction. I don't. It's pretty made up. And watching something like Game of Thrones compared to that, or House of Dragon compared to it, and now that I'm watching C, ooh, there's a big difference. Just one might be for a younger audience, because C is not for a younger audience, and maybe House of the Dragon isn't for a younger audience. So maybe personally, I'm just kind of craving a more adult show, where in Rings of Power you got the Harfoots and things, you know, which are definitely reflecting Frodo and Sam. So I don't know, but all I can do is give you my hot take. But I hope I don't turn anybody off, and I certainly don't want to cause any arguments in any of my comments section. I just watch something and I have a reaction. That's because that's all I can give you. So I appreciate all the support, Lions Mania. And I love talking about these things. Darth Salty, SE Sports Cards. First thing I heard was walks out with the torso. That's all you need to. That was the best part of the whole episode. Darth Salty. That's all you need to. That's all you need to worry about. Prince Damon walks out with the torso. The end. I hope. Yeah. Hope I didn't spoil anything for you. I just wanted to see the fight. We never got to see the fight. We just saw someone walk out with a torso. At first, you're like, oh, who could that be? Unfortunately, I did read the books. I know someone doesn't die quite yet. But I guess they were trying to build some suspense there. But yeah, it was cool. I liked it. Liked it a lot. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have any questions. We talked Friday. It's good to see everybody here. No need to keep you longer than necessary. What do we got going on this week? We got She-Hulk, Rings of Power, and more Hot D. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything going on in the cinema. I'm probably going to finish C on Apple TV, and I might do a little video on that. It's so damn good. I started it yesterday, and I blew through a season and a half. There's like about 8 episodes per season. There's 3 seasons, and it's not done. It's like the apocalypse. It's like if The Walking Dead was really, really good. So there's a virus, and humanity loses its ability to see. And it's been like, 300 years? Something like that? It hasn't been thousands, has it? But it's been a long time. And all the cities are run down. And this story takes place in what used to be Western Pennsylvania, the Pittsburgh area. So that's pretty funny, like Penn State. So I like that because I'm familiar with the area. And everyone's lost the ability to see. And it's really neat how inventive the show is in creating the lore and mythology of the different cultures and locations, and how these people who are blind build their villages and walk around in the woods. It's just so cool, very creative. And the dialogue is superb. And again, you're not dealing with things that are CG. Everything looks real, looks beautiful forests and outdoor environments. And then, season 2, it gets more into what used to be Pittsburgh. So a little bit of a different environment. Of course, everything's in decay and ruin. And just really good heroes, complex and very good villains. Probably the only diverse cast I really love. It's a very diverse cast. And I love all the characters. Amazing actors. Momoa is killing it. It's his best role. It's the best thing I've seen him in. Is it Viola Davis? It's not. Yeah, she's incredible. But just the whole group of younger actors, they're just amazing. And the writing is so damn good. And the action scenes, the choreography, holy shit. It has a really unique fighting styles in this show. Very cool. Something you haven't seen before. So I just love it. I don't know if any of you have checked out C. I'm telling you to see it. Go see C. Sea Lions Mania. What's better in your opinion, She-Hulk or Rings of Power? Rings of Power. I'm going to guess She-Hulk. No, Rings of Power is better. No, than She-Hulk. No, because you said you were turned off by marketing of the show. I was turned off by the marketing of Rings of Power. Because they were just talking about diversity. Like that, those were the only words out of the coming out of the mouths of the showrunners and the actors for about a year now, promoting the show. And again, take a show like C, where there's more diversity, and they don't have to bring it up because the show is just badass. So yeah, it turns me off when like you're coming out with a show and instead of talking about what a great story you have or amazing actors or you've got this story you have to tell, like it gets all agenda driven. I don't like that. Like stick to a good story and just don't market it with the agenda stuff. I think that's a bad idea. We've seen too much of that from Star Wars when everybody hates Reva, we're all called racists. I don't like that. I'm over that. Tell a good story and we won't, we'll support you. But yeah, I know C has got the most diverse cast on television. And I'm telling you, it's my favorite show of the past, I don't know, probably since Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones. And you can't get a more diverse cast than C. So I'm not a racist, I swear. And I don't even know if they promote C. I haven't seen much promotion about this. It's Apple. I mean, they got money to burn. They burn money with the money they've got to burn. And, you know, I wouldn't have given it a thought unless my friends were like, stop watching crap and watch C. Darth Salty, SC Sports Cards. The randomness of hearing that in the background is worth the spoil, brother. It's all good. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it was good. It was a good little battle at the end there. Corey Alameda. Nailed it. Thanks, brother. Thank you, Corey. Thank you for stopping by. We got some more comments. We'll keep rolling here a little bit. Darth Salty. Plug for a Terry Bradshaw auto rookie PSA cert. Dealing with it now. Slick. I love Terry Bradshaw. He's my favorite Steeler. I didn't see any Pittsburgh stuff hanging around. They call Pittsburgh something different, but they still have the word Pittsburgh in this one city in C. They just they call it something Taventus, but on the bus it still says Pittsburgh and stuff. It's all faded and rusty. I haven't seen any Terry Bradshaw stuff. My mom still has a Terry Bradshaw peanut butter jar from like the 70s. Terry Bradshaw had peanut butter when he won 4 Super Bowls. All the Steelers do that. It's like a thing, you know, like Bettis probably had, what did hell Bettis have? Bettis probably had potato chips or hot sauce. I forget. Sometimes they have cereal, the athletes. But Terry Bradshaw had his peanut butter, and my mom still has that jar. You'd probably get $2 for that on eBay. Let's see here. Darth, just kidding, just kidding. Hey, you can drop a Terry Bradshaw reference anytime. 4 Super Bowls, man. Hey, I love Terry. Gets a bad rap in Pittsburgh, but Terry's the man. I don't know why he got a bad rap. I mean, I don't know. We can talk about it. I need a sports channel, Everyday Eric's sports channel. I can deviate into that. Well, I'll think about that. Lions Mania. I'm really hoping Andor is good. I think it's going to be better. I'm still going to like have fun with it and make fun of it. But to be honest, I think if it's like Rogue One, I liked Rogue One. So if it's like Rogue One, you know, the problem is it's probably too late. You know, all roads lead to Jake Skywalker. So we need something fresh and good. We do. Because I can't tell you when the next blockbuster is coming to the cinema. Maybe Avatar 2. Yeah, I don't know what's coming either. I mean, Black Panther, I'm not really excited about that. Avatar 2. I liked the first Avatar. It's funny with Avatar. I went to the theater, saw it in 3D, right? And I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And then I never thought about it again after I left the theater. Yeah, it's I watched it. I liked it. I didn't buy any merch from it. I didn't need to see it again. But like, yeah, it's a really good movie. I like that battle at the end with like the dragons, whatever they're called, and they fight like the drop ships from aliens. Like that was really cool. But it's like a movie that you like once you watch it, you're like, okay, I'm good. Like I don't need to dress up like a blue guy. I don't need to have blue guy action figures on my table here. I mean, I need a She-Hulk figure on my table. That's a must, but I don't need any blue Avatar guys. I haven't been to the Avatar place in Disney World, although people say it's really good. Someday I'll go. It's a weird movie, but I'm looking forward to Avatar 2. They're in the ocean this time, the way of the water. The ocean freaks me out. Ocean scares me. I mean, I went snorkeling in the ocean, but in the shallow part. But man, I don't know. The ocean is so vast. There's something about it that psychologically messes with me. I'd rather be like floating in space, or would I? I think I would be, compared to being like floating in the ocean, because the ocean is just murky. You never know what's going to come up and eat you. You know? So the Abyss freaks me out, that movie. Let's see here. All right, Lions Mania, like Marshawn Lynch with his Skittles. That's his, Marshawn Lynch, right? With his Skittles. Yeah, I didn't know that. They all got their snacks. God bless them. I don't know. Try to think. Yeah, none of the athletes I know personally have a snack, I don't think. I'll have to see. Let's see, Darth Salty. Steelers fans do spend the most money I've noticed over about the past 5 years. And yeah, I gave up a Terry Bradshaw rookie that might be worth $40,000 possibly, but would have to be graded and all. Wow. Yeah, I mean, because back then, I mean, it's not like Upper Deck cards, the new upper, where they make so many of them back then, the 60s and 70s. If you got those cards, I mean, that'd be sweet. Oh, sorry if you gave that one up. Let's see. You gave up a Terry Bradshaw rookie. Yeah. Feel bad for you. Maybe it was a mess, maybe it had, some of that gum stuck to it. It wasn't worth 40 grand. Yeah, I'll try and make you feel better. Yeah, Terry was the man. I don't remember too much about the games. I remember a little bit about the last one. I think they played the Rams. So I remember kind of being in the room and kind of watching that game a little bit. But the earlier ones I don't remember. I'm old, but I'm not that old. But still, I like Terry Bradshaw. I think I had a Terry Bradshaw plushie or something back then. And they actually made football action figures in the Sears toy catalog back in like 81 or 80. There was a company that actually made football action figures, and they were badass. They were like this big. You take the helmet off. I'm going to go see if they're on eBay. And it came with sticker sheets. I think you get a black one or a white guy, black guy, and you could put the numbers of the players on there. So I think I made a number 12, right, for Terry. I'm going to go on eBay later and see if I can snag one. Maybe I can buy my figure back. Let's see here. Lions Mania. Have you seen Vikings? Kind of like Hot D. No. Yeah, my friends like the Vikings. I have not watched Vikings. Yeah, I was watching the Pirates. What was that pirate show on? Was it on Stars when Game of Thrones was going on? Watched a little bit of that. If we're gonna go back that far, I was really into Spartacus. I really loved that show. That show got better the more it went along. But yeah, I mean, Spartacus wasn't Game of Thrones. Yeah, I think C's the best. C's really something. I don't want to say too much about it, but a lot of creativity in that show. So I hope it doesn't like shit the bed in season 3, because I'm really having a good time with it. And yeah. All right. Well, we're going to make 30 minutes right about now, but Darth has another comment for Mickey Mantle rookie. Don't get me wrong. And if this autographed one was as nice as the one I gave up, Lord knows what it would be worth. Yeah. Oh yeah, Mickey Mantle. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I've been through the sports collectibles. I got some autographed hockey sticks I need to try to move, I think. But I don't have any certification. I kind of lost the certification that came with it, so I might be kind of screwed with that unless someone can take a look at it and vouch for it. But yeah, Darth Salty, thanks for the comments. Again, maybe I'll have to do it Everyday Eric Sports Channel. We can talk about all kinds of good things. So I'll let you guys go. It's been 30 minutes. It's always fun saying hi. Thanks for stopping by. Hot D episode 3 was really good. I got to go back to watching C right now and finish it before the holiday weekend is over. Oh, Lions Mania, am I excited about Daredevil coming back? Ooh, I'm excited every week for She-Hulk because it's just, I go into it thinking I'm not going to have anything to say about She-Hulk, and then after watching each episode, there's definitely a lot to talk about. So yes, I'm looking forward to this week of She-Hulk. I don't know, maybe Daredevil will be spanking the twerking butt of Jennifer Walters this week. Maybe with his little blind man stick, he can be smacking Jennifer's ass in the office. We'll see. Lions Mania, I see you there saying goodnight. Good night to everybody. I'll let you all go and have a good holiday.